The amazing journey begins introducing the female reproductive system. The female reproductive system is a fascinating and complex part of a woman's body. It is responsible for creating life and bringing new humans into the world. This system is made up of several important organs that work together. These organs include the ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, vagina, and vulva. Each organ plays a crucial role in the reproductive process. The ovaries are like tiny factories that produce eggs, also called ova. These eggs are the building blocks of new life. The fallopian tubes act like special pathways that carry the eggs from the ovaries to the uterus. The uterus is a muscular organ where a fertilized egg can implant and grow into a baby. The vagina is a passageway that connects the uterus to the outside of the body. It is the birth canal through which a baby is born. The vulva is the external part of the female reproductive system. It includes the labia, clitoris, and vaginal opening. The labia are folds of skin that protect the vaginal opening. The clitoris is a small, sensitive organ that plays a role in sexual pleasure. Lastly, the breasts are also part of the reproductive system. They contain mammary glands that produce milk to nourish a baby after birth. Understanding how these organs work together is essential for women's health. It empowers them to make informed decisions about their bodies. The ovaries are remarkable organs that play a central role in the female reproductive system. These small oval-shaped glands are located on either side of the uterus. Despite their size, they are responsible for producing the female sex hormones estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen is essential for the development of female sexual characteristics, such as breast growth and the regulation of the menstrual cycle. Progesterone, on the other hand, prepares the uterus for pregnancy. The ovaries also contain thousands of tiny sacs called follicles. Each follicle houses an immature egg or oocyte. Throughout a woman's reproductive years, the ovaries release an egg approximately once a month in a process called ovulation. This release is triggered by a surge in hormones. The egg is then picked up by the fallopian tube, where it begins its journey towards the uterus. The ovaries are essential for fertility. The fallopian tubes, uterus, and vagina form a remarkable pathway that facilitates the journey of an egg and the potential for pregnancy. The fallopian tubes, also known as oviducts, are thin, muscular tubes that extend from each ovary to the uterus. These tubes are lined with tiny hair-like structures called cilia. The cilia help to propel the egg along the fallopian tube towards the uterus. If sperm are present, fertilization usually occurs in the fallopian tube. The fertilized egg, now called a zygote, continues its journey to the uterus. The uterus, also known as the womb, is a hollow, pear-shaped organ located in the pelvis. It has thick, muscular walls that can expand to accommodate a growing fetus. The inner lining of the uterus, called the endometrium, is richly supplied with blood vessels. If fertilization occurs, the zygote implants itself into the endometrium and pregnancy begins. If fertilization does not occur, the endometrium is shed during menstruation. The vagina is a muscular canal that connects the uterus to the outside of the body. It serves as the birth canal during childbirth and as the passageway for menstrual flow. Section 4. The vulva and breasts, external signs of femininity. The vulva and breasts are the external parts of the female reproductive system. They play important roles in sexual function, reproduction, and nourishment. The vulva refers to the external genitalia of the female body. It includes the mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, clitoris, and vaginal opening. The mons pubis is a pad of fatty tissue that covers the pubic bone. It becomes covered with hair during puberty. The labia majora are the outer, larger folds of skin that surround and protect the vaginal opening. The labia minora are the inner, smaller folds of skin located within the labia majora. The clitoris is a small, highly sensitive organ located at the top of the vulva. It is responsible for sexual pleasure. The vaginal opening is the entrance to the vagina, located below the clitoris. The breasts are located on the chest and are composed of mammary glands, fatty tissue, and connective tissue. The mammary glands are responsible for producing milk after childbirth. The breasts also contain a network of ducts that carry milk from the glands to the nipple. The nipple is located in the center of the areola, a darker pigmented area of skin. Section 5, the menstrual cycle, a monthly symphony of hormones. The menstrual cycle is a complex and fascinating process that prepares a woman's body for the possibility of pregnancy each month. It is controlled by a delicate balance of hormones, primarily estrogen and progesterone, produced by the ovaries. The cycle is typically divided into 4 phases: menstruation, the follicular phase, ovulation, and the luteal phase. Menstruation marks the beginning of the cycle. It involves the shedding of the uterine lining, resulting in bleeding from the vagina. This usually lasts for 3 to 7 days. Following menstruation, the follicular phase begins. During this phase, the pituitary gland in the brain releases follicle-stimulating hormone, or FSH. FSH stimulates the growth of several follicles in the ovaries. As the follicles grow, they produce estrogen, which causes the uterine lining to thicken in preparation for a potential pregnancy. Around the midpoint of the cycle, ovulation occurs. A surge in luteinizing hormone, or LH, from the pituitary gland triggers the release of a mature egg from one of the follicles in the ovary. The egg is then swept into the fallopian tube, where it awaits fertilization. After ovulation, the ruptured follicle transforms into a structure called the corpus luteum. The corpus luteum secretes progesterone, which further thickens the uterine lining and prepares it for implantation. If fertilization does not occur, the corpus luteum degenerates and hormone levels decline. This decline triggers the shedding of the uterine lining, marking the start of a new menstrual cycle. The average menstrual cycle lasts about 28 days, but it can vary from woman to woman and even from month to month. Section 6. From ovulation to fertilization, a race against time. Ovulation and fertilization are pivotal events in the reproductive journey. Ovulation marks the release of a mature egg from the ovary, while fertilization is the union of the egg and sperm, leading to the creation of a new life. During ovulation, the mature egg is released from the ovary and is swept into the fallopian tube. The egg can survive for about 12 to 24 hours after ovulation. For fertilization to occur, sperm must be present in the fallopian tube during this time. Sperm can survive in the female reproductive tract for up to 5 days. When a man ejaculates during sexual intercourse, millions of sperm are released into the vagina. The sperm travel through the cervix, into the uterus, and up the fallopian tubes in search of the egg. If a sperm successfully penetrates the egg's outer layer, fertilization occurs. The fertilized egg, now called a zygote, begins to divide rapidly as it travels down the fallopian tube towards the uterus. The journey from the fallopian tube to the uterus takes about 3 to 5 days. Once the zygote reaches the uterus, it implants itself into the thickened uterine lining, marking the beginning of pregnancy. If fertilization does not occur, the egg disintegrates and the uterine lining is shed during menstruation. Section 7. Pregnancy and lactation miracles of the female body. Pregnancy and lactation are extraordinary processes that demonstrate the incredible capabilities of the female body. Pregnancy is the period during which a fertilized egg implants and develops in the uterus, leading to the growth of a fetus. It is a time of significant physical and hormonal changes as the woman's body adapts to support the developing baby. The first trimester of pregnancy is marked by rapid cell division and organ development in the embryo. The mother may experience symptoms such as morning sickness, fatigue, and breast tenderness. During the second trimester, the fetus grows larger, and many women experience a decrease in first trimester symptoms. The mother's abdomen expands as the pregnancy progresses. The third trimester is a time of significant fetal growth and preparation for childbirth. The mother may experience symptoms such as back pain, shortness of breath, and Braxton Hicks contractions, also known as false labor. Labor typically begins around 40 weeks of gestation, although it can vary. It involves a series of contractions that help dilate the cervix and push the baby out of the birth canal. After childbirth, the mother enters the postpartum period, a time of physical and emotional adjustments. Lactation, the production of breast milk, is another remarkable process that nourishes the newborn baby. Hormonal changes after childbirth stimulate the mammary glands in the breasts to produce milk. The milk contains essential nutrients, antibodies, and immune factors that protect the baby from infections and promote healthy growth and development. Breastfeeding offers numerous benefits for both mother and baby, including bonding, reduced risk of certain diseases, and optimal nutrition.